Okay. We did go ahead and do roll call. Robert, do you go by Robert or Robert?
Robert.
Robert Saylor.
Yes.
Okay. Is here. Dee Cryer, Tom Robb, and Shannon Duvall are here. And I'll pass it on to you. I don't know if everybody knows everybody. Is everybody? This is Robert, Dee, Tom. Okay.
So what we're here to discuss is this I guess amendment. Is that what we're wanting?
Yeah.
Trash variances and road frontage.
Now, did she get this from the Etna Township?
One of them, no,
Yeah,
this
one of them's from, two different townships.
Yeah, there's two different.
Union Township and Etna. This is us. Or this is her letter to us.
Yeah. Oh, the Union Township, okay. All right.
Yetta. I knew we're missing Yetta. She said she'd be here, but that's okay.
Union and Etna.
In reading this thing, I'll understand. I've done so much development, so it's Tom that,
What I'm trying to understand is the vegetation. What does she deem,
I
what
think,
type of vegetation?
just talking about people that don't take care of the lots.
Yeah.
You know, here she's got people don't cut their grass and let it grow to 5 foot long. That's what she's talking, and what she's trying to get is that township takes care of it and then puts it on the taxes or something.
Well, according, she says removal of vegetation.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's part of the zoning. See, this was just her report from October, so I'm not even sure. Would that be part of our responsibility to?
I would think it would be in the zoning about.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not in the zone, well, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not. I know. So, with that, yeah, what that's saying is basically it would be, if it's not in zoning, then there's no violation. If it's in zoning and you don't mow your yard, and then they can come after you, tell you to mow your yard. If you don't, then you end up paying a fine or.
What they do, like heat, what they do, they mow it, and they put it on their taxes.
Put it on your taxes.
They'll send you a letter and give you
And I
some.
bet what this is coming from, my guess, why that might be on there, but I mean, I've kind of noticed it. Been a lot of foreclosures, especially like Midland Auto Road and stuff. And of course, nobody mows the grass forever. And, telling guys come in and winterize it, which is usually after winter.
Yeah, the bank's not gonna do it.
Yeah. I've bought enough sheriff's sale properties to know how that all works.
So I guess there's actually 3 issues that she thinks that we need to address. The part about the appeals, we use only unnecessary hardship variance. And then the road frontage issue and the vegetation issue. I guess I thought there were only 2. I guess there's 3.
Trash variances and road frontage.
Yeah, and then we're just samples of what other townships have. The Union and the Etna, where they talk about parcels up to 20 acres.
That was on the variances, Union's on the road frontage.
Yeah, you're right. Street frontage required Union for parcels.
But it says as specified in Articles 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Right.
but she didn't enclose those, so
we
we
don't
don't
have
know what
them.
that is.
Well, those would be in a resolution.
No. This is Union Township.
Union Township's
okay.
zoning.
What does our zoning say about frontage over
Well, that's what I was trying to find again. I haven't looked at our zoning
I haven't either for a
probably
while.
since the last meeting.
I think it's,
If they're gonna take their farm and they wanna give the front acreage to their kids, and they want a 60-foot, what'd I see that? Something to do with 60-foot, to change it to 60 foot instead of 250. And that's to get them,
what,
each kid 5 acres with 60-foot frontage?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No.
Now,
Well, we don't know what they want.
I thought that's
I
what,
have the ones that was attached to.
I thought that's what she said.
Yeah,
They just wanted a variance from the frontage on State Route 668.
Yeah.
How much of a variance? I don't know.
okay.
Well, Annette, but if you look at this, it says she needs, I mean, she wanted, but the front of this, one permit granted, J. Ray, 1,278 Shelley Road.
That,
Oh, that's different.
that's just part of her.
Okay, oh, that's part of her.
That has nothing to do
Okay,
with,
because I thought, okay, I just saw.
1,078 Shelley Road.
1,278.
For what? What's that?
A
on that?
detached garage. No.
that doesn't have anything to do, that was
This
just
is
part
part
of.
of her report.
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
that, so that doesn't have anything. But I just saw rank and thought maybe that was who was doing it. But it does say detached garage.
Well, see, when back on Honda Hills Road, if there were 20 acres, is that subdivision? No, with 20 acres or more, the road frontage is 60 foot, isn't it? Well,
Whatever
okay,
the
okay.
township says it is.
But the thing is, if you're gonna put more houses on a piece of property than what it says you can do, did they go subdivision regulations? Because you're gonna put 4 or 5 houses on a piece of property, aren't you dividing it up into a subdivision?
Well, this was just for one house.
They were getting 5 acres though, right? Is that what
They
it
were
was?
going for
Yeah.
5 acres, but it,
With 60 foot of
Page
frontage?
43.
We don't know what the frontage
they had a, what I understand was there was a long lane back to a piece of property. They were trying not to use the road frontage because it was usable land, but where they had their driveway was going back on unusable land to the piece of property.
So this is,
is. Like a miniature flag lot, sounds like to me.
Well, you know, a flag
Right.
lot, that's like down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So why, if that is a road that has been used, why wasn't that grandfathered?
Well, it wasn't a
it's just
road, it
driveway.
was just a piece of
It's a
land
driveway.
that wasn't being, no, it
not
was
a
just a
road.
piece of land that wasn't being farmed due to the terrain or whatever. I mean, it just wasn't being farmed. So they were trying to use that as their driveway back to the piece of property, but they weren't getting enough frontage. But
They didn't
I don't
wanna
know,
use-
I mean, that's just that case. I think there's, I don't know, other issues other than just,
Yeah, I thought she said in township, I mean, this could become an issue, but I don't know. She handed out all this stuff. I don't remember. I was at the meeting when she was talking about it.
Anybody find the frontage over 5 acres?
yeah, I'm looking here.
Well,
I thought it
yeah, I
said-
found the lot with 5 acres. Lot area of not less than 5 acres and a contiguous lot width of not less than 250 feet throughout the lot. Lot area is exclusive of right-of-way and shall be in addition to any easements of record.
Yeah, see, that right there confuses people, because they can have 5 acres, and if you got 20 feet of that as an easement, according to that, that doesn't count. Now, you don't have 5 acres.
Right.
Surveyed 5 acres doesn't necessarily mean it's 5 acres according to zoning. You could have a 50-foot easement down through there, and then you gotta take that out.
That's an ag, and then an M1, which I read about a lot, but it's 100 feet. So the minimum.
What about agricultural? What's the front?
Yeah, ag is the one that's, says 250 throughout the lot,
For 5 acres?
for 5 acre.
What about over?
That's what I believe, from what I remember from when she was at the meeting, that's what she was getting at, was why she's saying we need to look at this 20 acre, or 5 acre and above thing, because we don't have anything
Any frontage designated?
made it. Only we have frontage designated for is 5 acres.
When I was doing the subdivision, I know that they told me that lots had to be, the width cannot be less than 1/3 the length.
Depth can't be more than 3 times the width, but the county's out of it now. They don't care. If the township has zoning, that's all they care about. Because it used to be whichever was the strictest, and it got confusing because,
The county's not in it anymore at all?
no.
Well, I just thought you said the county turned it down. Planning
think the
commission turned it
county-
down,
The planning
The
commission,
planning commission.
which is a county.
That's county. Yeah, I don't understand that either. how they-
Yeah.
I don't know, but they
What I
did.
think could have happened is the state, because the county doesn't regulate frontage on state highways.
That's right,
ODOT does.
that's right,
That might have been the
ODOT
case.
may
It's a
have told
state.
the county, you can't do that.
Yeah.
that's right.
That's
Yeah.
probably what.
You're probably-
And ODOT's got 5 different classifications for driveways. So you can say 500 feet for this one, but if it's an agricultural driveway, you might get by with 250 feet, because they're only gonna have intermittent traffic in and out of
I
it.
bet that's
But
exactly.
ODOT controls state highway access, I know
That's right,
that.
that's right,
And that's probably where it stopped.
that's right.
They probably took it to the planning commission. The planning commission said, you gotta get approval from ODOT, and ODOT said no.
That's right. That's exactly what happened.
But we can say anything over 5 acres can be, like Franklin Township is 200 feet, whether it's 2 acres or 200 acres. Other Licking Township is 100 feet. There's another township that's, well, Franklin's 200, Licking's 100, but planning commission, they don't care now. Whatever you guys wanna do, we're not gonna get
So
involved.
no matter the lot size, they have one road frontage. Is that
They
what you're
what?
saying? For those townships, no matter how big the lot is,
Right,
they have a set road frontage.
yeah.
Why is ours different?
Well, yeah, because when we, I think, well, I'm thinking when we did the 5 acre change, and that's.
It used to be 1.6 acres and,
Because it had to go through Brad and all that in the
1.6
county.
before.
yeah.
But now that they took away that septic that they said they wanted to use, is it back to 1.6? I haven't
No.
developed for 5 years, so,
No,
so it's still
it's
whatever.
whatever. What determines, the health department comes in, you gotta get a soil scientist to test the soil. Then depending on where the house sits, how many bedrooms it's gonna be, then you gotta get an engineer to design a system based on the size of the house, the soil condition.
And then if they.
And it could be, you might have 5 acres and it's no good at all. The guy that did my soil test from Zanesville did a 5 acre tract over by Pataskla, and there was nowhere on that 5 acres you could put a septic system.
We went through when we built our house, and then they put the lines too far apart from the drawing, but the county still signed off on it. And I even asked the county, I'm like, well, why did I go through?
Well, they're not responsible for it.
Well, the health department is what I should have said.
Yeah, they just say, well, now they,
Because now I can't have 2 septic, so if that goes bad, I can't. But anyhow, if you were, now I already different in the beginning, and to me, I don't, it says every lot shall have a minimum continuous lot area of not less than 5 acres. It does, so to me, I mean, the way that's worded, I think it covers anything over 5 acres.
it just says it has to be at least 5
Yeah, it
acres.
says a minimum continuous lot of 5 acres.
And a minimum road frontage of 250
50 feet.
which to me is ridiculous.
Yeah,
for
not
twice
less
an
than
acre.
250 feet. So to me, that covers 6 acres. I mean, it has a minimum of 5 acres.
Do you want a resolution to look at?
It's on page 43. Well, just don't know when I got it.
It should, yeah, it's on, it should be the same.
than are requirements for ag district.
I
What's
just,
the number? This don't have any page numbers on it, so.
in
Oh, it's section 9.5.
Oh, yeah.
60 feet road frontage is just not enough. I don't know, I know that that's what I did for the roads. I had to have a 60 foot for the road, so I had to have 60 foot going back into a 20-acre flag lot.
That's
But I can't imagine that for a 5-acre lot on a road.
Yeah.
No, they're saying it's 250 feet for 5 acres.
Yeah.
But what that's saying, he's saying it's 250 feet, no matter if it's 20 or 50 or 100
The
acres.
way I was
Right.
rereading, I mean, because when I read, I didn't read it. I mean, every lot shall have a minimum continuous lot area of not less than 5 acres and a continuous lot width of not less than 250 feet throughout the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's saying every lot, no matter what the size
Yeah.
is.
Unless it goes to subdivision regulation, then it's.
Right, well, and even if you flip the page to M1 district, it says 100 feet. No.
Yeah, this
Well,
is
that's
just
manufacturing though, so we don't
Yeah.
do that.
This
But
is just
again,
added.
if you go to subdivision, you get out of, then you gotta get into plat. And
That's right.
That's a whole nother ballgame. Yeah, the way you read this, every lot, so if it's 20 acres, you still need 250 feet of frontage. I don't think you need that much frontage for a big of a piece. Yeah, see, she's saying we don't have anything with a provision that's over 20 acres. We don't have a provision for anything over 5 acres, except it's 250 feet, no matter how big it is. It just says it can't be less than 5 acres.
Oh, yeah, I do see what you're saying right now. Okay.
So what we gotta decide is what frontage do we wanna require if it's more than 5 acres?
Unless it's a flag lot?
What?
Unless it's a flag lot?
Well, if it's more than 5 acres,
But a flag lot is 20 feet, isn't it?
no.
Is it 60?
Flag,
Flag
well,
lot goes up.
it's whatever we say it is now.
Yeah, but I mean now, without us saying anything, because I feel like
No.
It's still
I'm not saying
250
anything.
feet.
It's 250 feet.
No matter what, it's 250 feet.
Yeah. All our regulation says it has to be at least 5, but every lot has to have 250 feet of frontage, the way I read it.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's what we're reading, yeah.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is we can change it. Personally, I think that's too much frontage required for somebody who's got 20 or 30 acres. But anything over 5, do we want to change it to a smaller frontage or not?
okay, my question is, why would we change it?
Well, you think you need 250 feet of frontage for 25 or 30 acres?
Why not? I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, you wouldn't because you'd,
You'd have it.
Why
But
would
what,
you need less if you have 20 or 30 or 50 acres? Doesn't
but I
make
think I
sense to
see
me.
what you're saying.
I'm trying to
The
understand
property's
this.
not on the road frontage, it's in the back of the lot,
Yeah.
and you got a distance to drive back to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're still requiring the 250 feet of road frontage.
But there's a road already there that it's not being used.
Well-
a road or a driveway.
It's a driveway.
Yeah, it's not a
Right.
dedicated road,
Does it have a
Yeah.
culvert in it?
so it wouldn't be
I have no
grandfathered or
idea.
anything.
If it did, it's grandfathered.
I have no idea.
But it's a driveway that's attached to the person that's selling the property, or?
It's not, it wasn't the one they're talking about, there wasn't a driveway there, they just wanted to create a building lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was nothing there.
Oh, okay, there's nothing
Yeah.
there.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
A building lot on 668 or in the back?
That's what I don't know.
Well, the land, I don't know.
Yeah, and it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an example too. I mean, that was
Right.
not,
But if you have if you have a 5-acre lot and you got a 60-foot frontage, how many hundreds of feet is the lot gonna go out? Or is it gonna be a flag lot?
Well, you can, no, if we're saying, if it's a 5 acre lot, 250 feet of frontage, divided into 43,560 times 5, it'll tell you how deep it is.
Yeah, but like, is it the
If
one
it's
3
more
acre?
than 5 acres, then, yeah, it could be,
So it couldn't, the lot continues to be 60 feet, you can't put a house on that.
no. But that wouldn't be that's, well, we're just talking about how much frontage they need.
I know that,
You need to have so much to build the house, there's where
that's right.
your well and septic and health department gets involved. We could approve it and say, yeah, you can, like I said, there was a 5 acre lot that said, yeah, it's a 5 acre lot, you can build on it. The health department says, you can't put a septic system on it.
That's right, so you
So
can't
there's
build.
different regulations that can stop different things.
Yes. That's right.
It's like if you're in town and you got a commercial zone and it's a house, somebody comes in and goes to put a business in there, the zoning is fine, it's zoned commercial. The building department comes in and says, wait a minute, now you're changing the use from residential to commercial. Now you gotta be ADA compliant and 3-foot doorways, all, nothing to do with zoning, but you still can't use it till you spend a bunch of money to do the changes. So there's more than one hoop you gotta go through, I guess what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You can't build a house on less than 5 acres. The 60 feet is just a road right of way. Back to the more than, what is it, 10 or 15 on that clause for the 60 feet of road right of way?
Well, it depends on the road.
No, I mean on the thing I gave you, or that difference I gave
Well,
you.
this says 60 feet at 20 acres or more.
20 acres or more,
What
yeah.
we're saying is, the way our zoning reads, it's 250 feet. The minimum lot's 5 acres. There is no maximum lot.
Right,
But the minimum road frontage is 250 feet.
right.
So what we're saying is, do you need 250 feet of frontage for 25 acres?
Right. This was a clause that Licking County used, and they quit using it at the beginning of 2014, and they informed me, because we had a family that has close but not the same, they didn't have 20 acres, and that's where they informed me that I needed to get it to you guys to
Yeah, because
incorporate it in our...
the county's out of it. They said that's up to the township.
Right, it's up to the townships now, that's why I brought it to you.
And the road is where?
That's not even acceptable,
that's
they only have 10 acres. It's off 668, they have to go through all kinds
So
of
the
things.
state could shut it down because that's a state road?
They have to have 30 feet of access, straight road back before Licking County will approve it.
What were they trying
What
for,
about
20?
They didn't give an amount,
Oh,
and that's where their loophole, where Licking County turned them down. Because it's dead farmland, it was used for mining. So that's where they want to put the house, because all the others farmland.
Where was the driveway gonna come out on?
It's right up there at 668, there's a White House. There's already a driveway approved for farm machinery coming in now, which
On
Licking County already
668.
put it in, yeah. They already put that in, and it's been used for logging and mining
Yeah.
and all that.
That's your different classifications of
Right,
driveway.
whole different one.
Yeah.
But this is just for anyone that has more than 20 acres, the
What if you have
60
15 acres? How much frontage do you need?
250 feet.
Yeah, and we're
If
saying,
they have 25 acres, they need
250 feet, according to Bowling Green
Yeah,
Township.
I mean, that's
straight.
That's how we're already.
so how many, I guess what we're trying to decide is, do we need 200, do you want to leave it 250 feet for any size lot?
Right, that's what their clause is stating, it, altering it so you can do it for over our 5 acre. But I like the 20 acre.
Well, what is it if it's between 5 and 20? What do you think the frontage ought to be?
That would be up to you guys to
Well,
decide.
that's what we're here for.
Right now, it's 250 feet.
That's right.
And that's a lot of dead land.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
think you need 250 feet of frontage if it's more than 5 acres.
Right.
So, what we could do, what you could do, I'm just the recorder here, is change that 250 feet to something smaller and make it for
Over 5
all,
Over 5
well,
acres.
for, what, you wouldn't change it for the 5 acre either? I mean,
No, you don't want to change it from 5 acre.
why not?
You could, if you do whatever you want to.
Yeah, you
Licking Township's 100 foot of frontage, period.
Yeah, you could change it, but there you're gonna have to rewrite that also, because in the zoning, it's already 250 feet.
Well, we're gonna change it anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would just be a whole nother clause added.
Well, it would just be 100 foot of frontage, no matter what the lot, or up to 5 acres, and after 5 acres, 60 feet. Or leave the 250 feet at 5
Yeah,
acres.
and you know, 100 is reasonable, you're talking 60, 100, that's reasonable.
All right. Licking Township thought so.
Yeah.
But Franklin's 200 feet, so it's whatever the zoning wants to do.
That's why we're here discussing it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 250 feet is a lot of dead land.
It is, and that's what people are saying, that I'm gonna put a driveway back, build my house 400 feet back there on top of the
You
hill.
know, my property's.
I don't need 250
Yeah.
feet of frontage, I gotta
Well, your
maintain.
grandfather.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, no, they don't have 250 feet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them at 250 feet. I mean,
But the 250 for the 5 acres, part of that was because at that time, the county had the 3-to-1 ratio
Right.
depth to width. And that's the reason it was the 250 feet.
Right.
Now, the county
Yeah,
doesn't
they don't
care.
have that anymore.
No, it's whatever we want to do.
and there's a whole big old step tall of it. But this vegetation thing on here, that has nothing to do with us, right? That's because that's under nuisance. I mean, it's
Can I-
request to have township residents.
The other one deals with the variance
Yeah, the
procedures.
variance, that part has nothing, because that's already in Ohio, that's good.
Right, yeah, yeah. The other one deals with the variance. There's another clause.
But we'll
variance,
work on it.
Yeah, so it's,
We'll probably have to figure out the frontage, what we're gonna do there before we do anything else.
Yeah, let's
One thing.
One at a time.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that we're talking about vegetation. But then that's all it says, that's good. I don't know.
So if we have a 5 acre or 20 acre lot, and we have a road frontage of 60 feet, I'm against the 60 feet thing, as you can probably figure it out. But I'm not for 100 or 150 feet.
Well, what are you for?
100 or 150 feet is fine, but I can't see, unless it's a flag lot, and because it'll go straight back in, are we gonna have road here, and then say 20 feet here, and it's a 20 acre lot, or say 60 feet here, and it's a 60 acre lot, or what, 100 acre lot. This belongs to the 100 acres. Where's the 100 acres?
Well, we don't know.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. How are you gonna have 60 feet for all this land, and it goes like this? Is this what you're talking
Well,
about?
it could be, yeah. Why do they need 250 feet?
Okay, now, why? I'm saying, that's fine, 250 feet or not, 100 feet. But 60 feet, I'm trying to think of when I was developing. How could, this is enough of just for a road, back in here,
That's all they want, access.
to how many acres?
It
However
would
many.
vary.
Are they gonna farm it? What are they gonna do with it?
We have no way of knowing that.
But, so they got a 60-foot right-of-way here. If they position it right, they could do a subdivision back in there, because they've got a 60-foot right-of-way here.
Well, then that's.
That'd be fine, right?
Yeah. that's
Okay, but,
But we're talking ag though.
Yeah,
Well,
only
we're
out in
talking
that
ag.
area.
This is the ag.
well, mine was ag.
She's saying if they want to turn around and put a subdivision in.
If they have enough room.
Comprehensive plan won't allow it. Our comprehensive plan isn't set up for subdivisions to go
We
up.
were just trying to think of what the comprehensive plan said, because I can't remember. Yeah, but I think you're right, because when I was doing the developments, it was like 250 foot of frontage. You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, it's a lot of frontage.
It is, but I did it. Okay, all right. I'm trying to understand.
That's fine. That's what we're on here for. I'm trying to understand.
But if you, for instance, if you cut it back to 100 foot of frontage, and a minimum 5 acres, now you got a bowling alley lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you take, what's 5 times 43, 560?
Five times.
45, 60.
217 or 18.
22,800. 22,800.
What?
22,800.
43, 560
43,560.
times 5,
Yeah.
that's 217,800.
Divided by 100.
Divided by 100. 2,178.
Okay, so you would have a lot, if you had 100 foot frontage and a minimum 5 acre lot, it would be 100 feet wide and 2,000 feet deep. Well, I don't think you want that.
And that's the same as,
That's a
what
bowling
I was
alley
talking
lot.
about.
So the 250 is probably reasonable for 5 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you get beyond that,
Yeah.
I think we can cut it down.
Yeah. So,
And that's where if you do like 10, 15, 20, they're not gonna be able, somebody's gotta have a lot of land and run it 10 acres straight back, to build on that. And you still wouldn't, with that amount of width, you still wouldn't have enough room to put a house, septic, and everything else, would you?
Well,
100 feet?
no, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But it depends on the soil. You put the house here and the septic behind it.
we need to leave 5 acres where it's at.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
5
the
acres,
5
leave
acres
that
would
alone.
stay, yeah.
So we just need to figure out where, if we're going to, figure out where we're starting in on acreage. Is it at 20 acres and then you're at 100 feet? Or is it at 15 acres? Or
Well, did you say Franklin was 100 feet? Is that Franklin?
No, Franklin's 200 feet, the last time I checked now, no matter what the acreage is.
Oh, okay.
But Licking Township is 100 feet minimum. But they don't have a minimum 5 acre lot, so you don't have a 2,000 foot deep lot. Their minimum lot's, I think it's a half acre really.
I think so.
And it's only 80 feet if you got water and sewer, but of course, we don't have that. But their minimum, see, the 5 acres is what dictated the bigger frontage, so you didn't have a bowling alley lot.
Right.
If you went back to 2 acres, you wouldn't need 250 feet of frontage, probably.
That's right.
So, but if you want to leave that alone, then if you got more than 5 acres, how much frontage do you think you ought to have?
yeah, at what point do you want the 100, or if it's 100, what do you want to start? 10 acres, 15 acres, 20 acres?
I think 60 feet's plenty for a driveway, and because that's all they're going to use it for.
That's all they could use it for.
Yeah, that's all they could
You
use.
prevent them from allowing them to build anything on it.
Lot size, I mean, at what acreage?
Well, we don't have any. You could just say anything over 5 acres, minimum road frontage is 60 feet. And if they got 6 or 600. Or you can say 75 feet, but what I'm saying is the road frontage is just gonna be used for a driveway till they get back to where they're gonna build their house. So,
That would also prevent these driveways from remaining right next to each other, because you have much more space, so you got one driveway, like up here off of Midland Oil, is it Midland Oil or Somerset, one of them, Honda Hills, there's 3 of them. The driveways are right next to each other, and they gripe and complain all the time, somebody put a log in my driveway, or they tore the driveway up because they're right on top of each other.
well, if you had a 60-foot right-of-way, a 60-foot frontage to go to 50 acres or whatever, and somebody came along beside it and wanted to put another one, the county's gonna step in and say, wait a minute, you can split that, but we're not gonna give you a driveway because you're too close to the driveway on the first 60
Right, it's
foot.
so many feet.
So
Well, that's
that's
only on county roads, not township roads.
Well, the county, yeah, I don't know if the county, I think the county dictates driveways everywhere. You go get a driveway permit, the township may put it in, right? The county has to okay it.
Not on township roads, the county.
So you just go to these guys and get a driveway permit, and they tell you to put it wherever you want it. Or not wherever you want it.
Basically. But with, that's where that standard would come in too, the 60 feet. They won't be on top of each other anymore, they can't.
Yeah.
There's still gonna be enough room for a driveway, which is normally what, 30 feet?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, normal.
So then you've got that excess on the sides, so they won't be running into each other. But there's a lot of these that are in place right now were put in before the 5-acre rule came in. So they're all just right on top of each other.
But you're saying that on a township road, the township dictates where the driveway goes.
Pretty much. Licking County does it on county roads.
Okay. Well, even then, the township's probably gonna do the same. Say, well, no, you can't put a driveway
Yeah.
30 feet from that guy's
See,
driveway.
and that's something you can add in the zoning as well, on how far driveways are to be from each other.
Well, see, I always thought the county dictated that. You always had to get your driveway permit. When you did the lot split, the county had to approve it.
Right.
And they approved it. One of the people that signed off of it was the engineer. Before the engineer signed off of it, he sent a guy out there. Because you couldn't put a driveway on a curve. I don't care if you had 200 feet of frontage. You'd say, well, you're going to have to put it down here or put it
Right, when you're doing
up here at
lots.
Palmer's. When Luff built his house, they had to get a variance there because he was on that curve and he was close to Palmer's driveway.
What road is that on?
Somerset.
See, is it Somerset
Somerset's county.
County? That's what I thought.
Well, yeah, okay, so that'd be,
Yeah.
and then one of the guys was saying part of the roads is township, part of it is county.
Yeah.
So it really gets confusing. That's why I thought the county just,
But if we have it in our zoning that the driveways have to be so far from each other, Licking County has to go by, even if it's on a county road. They'll look at ours, but theirs will come in, if theirs is bigger, then theirs comes first. You see what I'm saying? If your spacing is a larger amount, theirs comes first. They'll say,
if
you know,
it's a
that's where
county
it's out.
road, they should come first.
Right.
Anyway, back to the frontage over 5 acres.
Well,
Over, yeah.
I mean, and that's, fair.
And you could have a different frontage between 5 acres and 10, and then 10 over 10.
5 to 10, 100.
Yeah,
And over
5 to
10,
10 is 100,
60.
and anything over 10, 60. And you can do whatever you want to do. The thing is, that after 5 acres is a lot of land to build a house on. And I feel saying, it's too little to farm, and it's too big to mow. Of course, you probably like that, because you mow. But the frontage, once you get over 5 acres, it's basically just going to be a driveway anyhow. So I'm back to, the 60 feet came in from the county because in the event they ever did want to develop it, it would be wide enough for a county road. But that's out the window now because the county's out. So, you know, you could say 50 feet, or whatever you want to do.
I just want to hear what you guys think, and
What's that?
I just want to know what you guys think, and where we go with it.
So you said you're thinking 100 feet for 5 acres and 60 feet for over,
No, we're going to leave the 5 acres alone.
5 acres is left alone.
Oh,
250
Yeah,
feet.
5 acres, 250.
You
Yeah.
get more than 5 acres.
right?
What
More
kind
than
of,
5
6 to
acres
10
is
is 100 feet.
150, is what you said?
no, we're not saying anything,
We're just talking
what do
about
you
it right
think
now.
the frontage ought to be over 5 acres?
We're just wanting to hear everybody's
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah, I know.
We're just saying 6 to 10, 100 feet, and over 10, 60 feet.
Over 10.
over 10.
And even 100 feet, if you got 10 acres, is a lot of frontage.
Yeah, because I mean, you get it, I can't think of anything around here that would be long. I mean, to get 10 acres, you'd have to have a pretty good lot. I mean, it wouldn't be a long, skinny lot. It would be.
You want to be able to put a house on
Right.
100 feet.
Yes. We'll take that. I think it sounds good.
I think the 250 for the 5 acres, that's most.
Yeah, I think that's off the table.
Get above that, you got
If we're gonna go through, we'll have to read, this will probably have to be, I don't know how that works. But I mean, because the way this is written now, it talks about anything 5 acres and up.
It's just saying any lot. Yeah. What we're saying is you leave any lot 5 acres or whatever, 5 acres is going to be 250 feet. Any lot over 5 acres, minimum frontage is whatever we say it is.
I mean, 40 feet isn't much more than 60, you know.
60 feet.
You talk
Because
about,
100 sounds good.
and if you want to prevent development, then make it 50 feet or 40 feet. Now they can never develop. I mean, if the idea is you don't want subdivisions in there, which probably never going to happen anyhow because of the comprehensive plan.
Right.
But if they got less than a road right-of-way frontage, they can't develop it, period.
So why don't we do 60 feet?
60 feet to me is plenty for a driveway. Like you said, 30 feet, 25, 30 feet for a driveway, you still got a 15-foot buffer on each side
Yeah.
you got to maintain. Anything over 5 acres, 60 feet.
Yeah.
Let's vote. I mean, what else are you going to do? That's how you do it, right?
I agree.
Move on to the next one.
I mean, we just gotta get through this whole process, huh? It's,
You okay with that?
Oh, I'm perfect with it. I was fine
I
with
make a motion, any lot over 5 acres requires 60 foot of frontage.
Second.
All right. Do roll call. Shannon,
yeah.
Tom,
Yeah.
Dee,
Yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you want to talk about trash or variances?
Are we gonna have trash in zoning?
Yeah, is the zoning cover trash now and high grass?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
Ohio Revised Code covers it. I didn't read all that.
No, I think they wanna use that under, the Ohio Revised Code under,
So what we're looking at
nuisance, the
is
nuisance,
right, the zoning.
We have a nuisance law.
yeah.
And we, now, right next, the other is about our appeals. It's the top paragraph, first page, right there.
Variances.
Right back. Where it talks about our zoning, to consider changing the appeal section of Bowling Green Township zoning resolution, section 5.9, 5.10, 5.11, 5.12, 5.13. Our resolution is outdated according to Lincoln County and residents of Bowling Green Township. We use only unnecessary hardship variance will not be granted on the grounds of convenience or profit, but only where strict applications of the provision of this resolution would result in unnecessary hardship, 5.13. And then the Aetna is an updated variance on that, or, and so 5.13 in ours, and 5.
Yeah, and I think that they spelled out pretty good what you have to put on the application. And the standards, when they spell out, 8 different things there to meet.
Where is
Or
it
not.
spelled out? 5.9. appeals. Yeah, like 5.11 talks about the variance in ours. And then it shall not be granted on the grounds of convenience or profit. Like I just read.
What section is that?
5.11. It all starts on 5.9. Starts talking about the process.
Appeals.
Yeah. Well, actually 5.8 is where it starts, talking about appeals and variances. 5.11 talks about a variance and how it shall not be granted. See, we have some of this in ours. I mean,
Yeah, that's based directly on evidence presented. Well, Etna Township pretty well spells out, here's the.
You got another one of those,
Another one what?
the zoning, so she can,
Oh, I'm sorry, Nate.
she's over here going,
I'm sorry. I wasn't even
Well, no
paying
wonder it's not in there. Gee,
I see you put the whole paper, I was like, I know what she's.
am I really this senile?
attention. Sorry.
What page you want?
27,
Okay.
If it has page numbers, some of them.
if it has page numbers.
Oh, yeah, you got it fancy, you got pages.
Oh, good. Good thing.
I wonder why his
I
doesn't.
don't know if I can trade these on with no page numbers.
512. There you go.
5.11 talks about the hardship or convenience or profit, and then 5.12, these are application standards. So what they're saying.
Biggest problem with variances is, I think, is what creates a hardship. And then, like, we give you a variance, and then we turn her down for variance. You open yourself up, to me, to litigation, where this spells it out, hey, here's, you meet this condition, this condition, this condition, yes, you get it, no, you don't.
Yeah.
So,
Well, one of the others is convenience. You know,
yeah, like,
no matter what, if I come to you with a variance, it's a convenience for me. The variance will be, no matter how you look at it. You know, I need this for convenience, so it's more convenient for me to do what I want to do. Profit, I understand that. You know, if you're gonna build a house to rent them or whatever, and you want a variance for it, that's where I'd say no, because that's a profit.
well, I can see it where if it's a piece of ground that's got a big ravine in it or something, and you got more than 5 acres or whatever, but you'd have to build a bridge across to get to it. Yeah, or what that one they had out there on Mac Road, where the barn was on this side and the house was.
Right.
Well, that was, to me, that had a natural divide. You had a road basically already splitting the property.
Right.
So, but just to, like I said, if you got 5 acres, you want to give each kid 2.5 acres, no, I'm sorry, that's not a.
Right.
But I think that the township spells it out pretty clear. The less, in my opinion, the less you can take it off of strictly a judgment call,
Right.
the better off we are.
Yeah. Better off anyone is.
That's right. And I think that's what they did here.
Yeah.
If you meet all these conditions, you're probably going to get it. If you don't, you won't.
Would we have to remove all of these sections over any? I mean, or would that just be an amendment? I mean, because we have all these different.
It would go in and change a lot of it. I believe that right there would change the procedures on granting appeals, of granting variances. And and appeals or just variances?
No, you're right. It is just variances.
Yeah.
And I just now realized part of this was appeals, so yes, okay, back up. So it would add into our 5.11, 5.12, just where it talks about variances.
And we might want to look at just adopting that in whole,
And remove these
deleting
parts.
this one, because
Yeah.
you don't want to get it
And I
confused.
Right,
think
that's why- that's
what
why-
their plan was.
Well, yeah, section 1 says this, and section 2 says this.
Right.
You don't want
That's
to
what
get
I
into
was
that.
getting at, yeah. We wouldn't even want any of our part in here and just get with their whole. Cause you're, I mean, it spells it out pretty good.
Almost in depth.
Yeah, I read it.
Do you know the zoning inspector in Etna Township?
No, but I'm getting ready to.
Well, what I was gonna say is you might ask him or her,
Okay.
how much trouble have you had with this variance, the way you
Okay.
guys have?
Yeah.
Say, oh, it's pretty well cut and dry. And to be honest, before somebody would even try to get an appeal, they're probably gonna read this and say, look, we don't meet half of these conditions. There's no sense trying to
We've been
do
trying, we're wasting your money, yeah.
Right. And do we charge a fee to apply
Yes.
for variance?
Yeah, we
It's
do there.
$125.
Okay.
We did in the first time, that's,
Yeah, because
there wasn't nothing, I mean, there wasn't nothing in set in the very
Right.
first. It was like after the first one, we were like, wow, we need to put some fees
And
to
there
this
there
guy.
was a lot of
I mean,
people
yeah.
just wanting appeals to happen, so it's like.
And, yeah, with all the mailing and everything you gotta do, that was a lot of money going out.
the more we can make it cut and dried, I think the better off we are. Hey, this is the
Well, it's
regulation.
easier on the appeals board, it's easier on everyone, because they
Sure.
look at it and go, no, this is, you didn't meet this. No. And they don't even have to, well, he's my friend, or, well, I know him from him and him, well, just keep these standards,
Did anybody read all this?
Yeah, I read it all the other night.
I read through it, but,
And I mean, yeah, because this is even talks about garbage and sewer, which wouldn't even hurt to be honest, because you never know when sewer's coming.
Yeah. And the appeals deals with everyone, not just ag, everyone.
well, and we're just talking about a variance.
Yeah,
The
variance and-
appeals process can be anything in zoning.
Right.
This is only for a variance.
Right. Which would be for any of, S1, R2.
Right. But they could appeal the frontage requirement or something else that's got nothing to do with,
I never understood that part, because with the appeal, you're not gonna win. I mean, if the road frontage 250.
yeah, probably not. but-
Yeah.
Although really, I don't know what else you could appeal besides lot size and road frontage. Usage maybe, I don't know, if somebody would wanna, they might want a variance to run a business and something like that. To run
And
into
again,
that.
that would come out, it's straight standards. If you're in an R2, you can have it. If you're in an S1, you can have it. If you're in manufacturing, you can. If you're in ag, no. That's also in the comprehensive plan.
Yeah, comprehensive plan hasn't come into play in this township, I don't think, but a lot of places.
Did you guys get copies of that yet?
What's that?
The comprehensive plan?
I didn't.
You didn't?
It's done.
Yeah, but did you get copies of it?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't think. Maybe I did.
Do
It's
you
been a
have one?
couple years.
Yeah, I have the original that was given to me that the board voted on, yes. I can make copies of
So I
it.
got the one Licking County did.
I think it's probably on Licking County's website too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I
But
should
it's-
link it to our
It's
website.
above.
Yeah.
You know what? It might be on our website. I think I already put that on there. I don't know.
How many pages is it?
A lot. I don't know.
It's
It's
a book.
100 and something, isn't it?
Like that thing.
Yeah.
I remember when we went, well, it took 2 years to put that together.
Yes, it did.
And we just got, I just picked up all of the mail-outs and everything that was done on it.
Yeah, but that has a lot of clout when it comes to somebody wanting to do something. A comprehensive plan comes into play and
That's right.
it's got teeth in it.
Yeah.
And even if we wanted to change zoning on an area,
It's on our website, well, the township website.
Yeah, it's still, the comprehensive plan comes into play. And if you want to change zoning in an area.
Yeah.
Yeah, completed. I mean, you're gonna try to.
What do we want to do with this variance? Do we want to adopt Etna Township's variance procedure and regulations, whatever? Or do we want to read them, take them home and read them and vote later, or what do you
I
want?
think we ought to read them and see how they can apply for us,
Come back
and then come
again,
back and
make a recommendation.
make our recommendations,
Okay.
see what everybody says about it.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now, what about the trash? Are you allowed to enforce the revised code, I suppose, under the nuisance requirement?
Yeah, the township, under that trash, that the township trustees are the ones in charge of nuisance rule, and that's what that covers.
Yeah, that report was for the trustees, and I just copied it because
Yeah,
it had all that
so-
other stuff
We
on
don't
it.
have to talk about
No,
that.
no, they just have to, the day that report
Was that under ours?
dealt with,
It was,
do they want
It was
to
right here,
bring the
but
zoning into
It's not
the
really-
inspection?
it just was a report, it's on the cover,
And they have it.
Oh, here?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just a report to the
I think they
trustees.
forgot.
That's all covered under the
Waiting to,
IRS
you know,
code.
get with you guys, I do need
What
to.
they'll probably
It doesn't
do
affect us.
No,
is have you check it.
and that's what I did.
Tell them,
But
and
after I
they'll
read the
enforce
rest
it.
of it, it
Yeah, it's
says
kind of like the junk car.
that's good, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
all, I
They
mean,
would
it's
do
the law
you know, you go
anyway.
through the steps and you send
So
them a
they
letter,
haven't
and you
got
really
nothing.
need
We don't have to
to
have
pick
that.
the trash up, cut the grass. And it would only be in residential areas, not agricultural areas. Yeah, because I mean, how can you tell a farmer to cut his grass when he's growing hay,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, you can tell them to clean the trash up, get the garbage up from the.
Well, then you get into what's
understand
trash.
what we're supposed to do
Right.
next.
Well, that's usually, you call the health department, and the health department says, yeah. You know, this is waste and it needs to be
That-
removed.
Just like it
Basically, you
says,
got the revised code to deal with that.
Correct,
property
that's all done by the Ohio Revised Code.
We'll see.
So we voted on one, we tabled one till further notice.
see, I don't remember what we did when we changed it.
And,
What,
I'm sorry, good.
what were you saying, what were you, I was talking at the time.
We
like-
voted on one and we tabled
Right.
the other one till.
Well, we voted on the one,
But we need
so
to,
now I don't
What's this?
understand what we're supposed to do next because we do have to do something with the one that we voted
You
on.
got the procedures you said,
I
right?
do, but I don't understand.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
there's 4 things here. Application to County Planning Commission for review. We have to do that, right?
yeah.
But we don't have to send a notice to property owners, do we? We can't send a notice to all the property owners.
But I would suggest we wait till we decide what we want to do the variance and then we can do it at the same
Well,
time.
but we have,
It's a timetable.
there's a timeline,
Oh.
because over here it says you have 20 to 40 days to do this.
Not more than,
Okay, well, let's read this thing over and
And we have to have a hearing again, public hearing within 30 days. I mean, yeah, it goes down.
Do we want to have another
That-
meeting
that's-
to go over the variance stuff, like have a meeting next week?
I think you.
And then,
I think you're supposed to have another public hearing and have the community.
yes, but do we want to wait until we vote on the variance thing first?
That's what-
And have a public hearing about both of them,
Well, we,
you know what I mean?
well,
Because we have to have a public hearing. And then the trustees have to have a public hearing on it too.
Is that once it's in writing?
yeah, it's in writing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5 acres thing,
So what we did was motion to the zoning commission here, right?
Yeah.
you have, within 5 days, you have to transmit the motion and text and map to the Licking County, but I don't think you'll
Well,
need a
see,
text and
right
map.
here is where we are, receipt by Township Zoning Commission, because the township trustees passed the
Yeah.
resolution.
So we're here.
So the zoning commission has received it and we have voted on it, so next, I believe we have to do the public hearing. But do we want to wait till we get the variance part of it done first? Or am I not understanding it right?
Well, wait a minute, this says motion of Township Zoning Commission, then it goes down, application to County Planning Commission.
For review.
This passage of resolution by trustees, is that connected?
Well, see, that's how it was initiated. If you see on the side, it says initiation. The township trustees initiated this and sent it to us.
Oh, okay.
So we are at receipt by Township Zoning Commission. We've received it and we've talked about it and we voted on it. So now, I don't know if we have to do all 4 of those steps.
Well, the way this looks to me like once received by Township Zoning Commission, then it goes, says Township Zoning Commission public hearing within 30 days.
Well, you gotta do those 4. I think you have to do those 4 things that are,
Well, I was looking at this thing, it says, if the zoning commission makes a motion to amend the township zoning resolution, within 5 days, it has to be submitted to Licking County Planning Commission.
Then you get first this newspaper, there's a list in
How old is it?
I'm not sure. And I don't know how old either one of them are, to be honest. That's what we used as a guideline for the,
Same number. 519.12.
I guess I just need to know what we gotta do next. So that
Well,
we,
here on the back of it, it says, the Township Board of Trustees within 5 working days after amendment's effective date shall file the text and map with the Licking County Recorder's Office.
D, you probably don't have one of those.
I don't have.
That's not,
Okay.
this isn't effective date. You don't have anything in writing yet. You guys
That's all right.
gotta figure out how you're gonna put it in writing. We can get with the prosecuting attorney with that. And then, of course, public hearings, because you may have people say, you know, what, hey, we want more than that, you know, or less, or whatever.
Why don't you talk to one of the trustees and say, hey, you know, this is what we voted as a recommendation to the trustees. They're the ones that actually has to pass the resolution, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
I can't even remember.
I do know you have to have a public hearing for the,
Yeah, anytime you
No.
change
Yeah, I
it.
know we have
It
to have
says
public
send notice to property owners, would that be an ad in the ad in the paper?
Maybe I'll
You
just
guys
talk
send
to somebody.
Notice to every property owner in the freaking township?
no, no.
Maybe I should just call somebody at the planning commission tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then technically, we're not changing the zoning. We're only changing the frontage requirement.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still zoned agriculture. We're not changing
Well,
the zoning.
we're changing the zoning resolution. We're amending the
We're
zoning
amending it.
resolution.
We're amending one of the regulations, yeah.
Yeah,
But we're not changing the
I think
zoning.
you
Yeah.
might have to call them
I'll just call.
And your 30 days, you gotta remember, it's actual reasonable time, okay? Because you guys are volunteers, if you guys can't get back together until 60 days, then that's reasonable for you guys.
Yeah, we don't have to.
That's
The only
just a
thing
guideline.
that is strict is the newspaper ad has to be
Yeah.
in 10 days prior to the public notice. But those other dates or days, timeframes, we're just supposed to try and meet those deadlines. But if,
Talk to one of the trustees, and you might talk to the planning commission, because they deal with this stuff all the time.
right.
They'd
But see,
say
I
that.
think it was initiated by the trustees because the trustees
Trustees
sent it
said we
to
had to
us.
have a meeting.
Yeah.
But they didn't pass a resolution.
No,
Right,
you have to give them that. You have to give them what they need to pass. The concept was a change would like to be made to your zoning.
See,
And then the township said, okay, yeah, we would like to see them work on it. So they passed a motion for the board to get together for you guys to work on it.
so they did pass a resolution.
For you to start working on it.
Okay. All right, so then we're down here, receipt by zoning commission, we got that. Then the next step, it's in here, it's public hearing.
Public
Well,
hearing.
we gotta do those. I believe we have to do.
That's the state highway required. I don't know what that means either.
I don't know. I'm just gonna call somebody.
That would be your best bet.
I was on here when we did the 5 acre thing, but
I don't remember.
I don't
what we did.
remember now.
You had
Maybe.
How we went through. You were on there too, yeah.
I don't remember.
multiple public hearings.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And at the same time, I think somebody was working on writing it up, on how they wanted it written up. Because you have to get legal advice too on the legal write-up.
That's right.
Yeah, luckily, that'll be pretty simple in what we're doing.
Right.
But man, if you're writing a whole resolution, that's why probably gonna be easier just to say we would make a motion to adopt Etna Township's variance regulations,
Yeah.
period. You don't have to rewrite them.
Okay, so do we want to plan a date for our next meeting
Yeah,
to
that's
talk
fine
about
with
the
me.
variance thing?
Take this home, read it, be prepared for a test.
Do you want to call us later?
Yeah, I will
Tell
call
us?
you later because my schedule's always changing.
Okay,
And
I give you the current list.
yep,
And you know, if you want to call me and I'll call the rest of them, or you can call the rest,
And I
whichever way.
think, I don't know, if
Did
we
Gary
take this
step down?
and read it,
Yeah, he's,
if we
well,
take this home and
they
read
did
it,
not renew his term.
he didn't renew it.
The trustees did not renew his term.
Okay. So the trustees stepped him down. I just-
His term was expired,
Okay,
and they just put somebody else on the board instead.
okay.
if we
I
take,
just asking, 'cause I didn't see him here and I was like, where's he at?
who's that?
Gary.
If we take this home and read it, is there anything that says we can't each just call you and say
Yeah.
what we recommend, and you can call her? Do we have to have another meeting?
Well, I believe you have to formally vote on it.
But can that be by phone?
I think we better have a meeting just to.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this has to be
Safety.
a formal
Somebody
meeting
will have
that
a calendar.
votes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it when you have your public
His
hearing
his
on your
initials are
first
on that
one,
page.
on the,
Well, that might be a while though. And
Right.
wouldn't it be nice if we could do one hearing for both issues?
yes.
Yeah.
So let's just have another meeting next
Yeah.
week and.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
So you call us when it
I want
works
to
for you.
know, I'm gonna recommend we
That'd
just
be good.
adopt that.
Or call me and I'll call everybody, whichever way you want to do it, whichever is easier for you.
But if you do it next week, it's not gonna be a public hearing,
No, it's just
No.
going to be another meeting on the
Just like
variance
this.
part
so
of it.
it's just gonna be notice on the door, right? Yeah.
This is just part of what the trustees had us look
I
at.
gotta see this VA.
Well, I
thing.
presented to them.
I just
they
left the
have to
VA
vote
and
on it,
came
bring it
straight here.
forward, And I
Next
got it
week,
from planning
Make sure that I can be
and the
here.
prosecutor.
Okay.
The variance was from the prosecuting attorney's office.
The tough
The road
time for me
right of
next
way
week
from
would be
planning.
Thursday.
So they all.
I'm gonna be in
reported these are
VA with
changes
him.
My
that
schedule
really
stays
need
the
to be made
same.
for zoning.
Monday would be mine.
That'll be great.
Monday would be good for you?
If it
Okay.
stays the same, but I won't be able to tell you until I get to work
Okay.
Thursday. 'Cause that's when schedules start changing.
Okay, now let me ask you this. How many votes does it take to pass something if one of us couldn't be here?
I believe it's 3.
Yeah, so I think
Okay, so
you
we gotta have 3 or 4. So hopefully everybody get here.
So, yeah.
And
I'll
again,
try to
it's
make it on
reasonable
Thursday if you
time,
do it.
know.
Don't we have to?
Oh, I'll call.
Do we have to have 5
I'll
people
call from the VA.
present with a vote of?
We don't
Well,
have
we don't have 5 tonight either.
No,
It's
How
4.
many's on the zoning committee?
5. I think you just have to have 3 votes.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, is that including Alden or who's the one that's not here?
There are 5 regular plus 2 alternates.
Who's not here?
Yetta's not here.
Oh, yeah.
Yetta was supposed to be here.
Okay.
Did she just say she wasn't coming or just?
Well, she said she was coming,
Oh.
so I don't know what happened.
Probably had a brain fart like I did.
Yeah.
I had so much stress when my car broke down, I mean. it
Oh,
was
put your
crazy.
wine in.
So we could probably,
And then the guy that does my maintenance, who works at Sears, has got something wrong with him and.
So we got that.
Stressed.
So when are we gonna do this?
he's gonna call
I'm
us
gonna call
and let us know.
and let you know
After-
if Monday's gonna be good.
Is that going to be good Monday if he's able?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd probably be
Yeah.
fine with me.
If you're able, that's a good.
Okay.
And then that's it?
Yeah, we need to, somebody
I
make
make
a
a
motion.
motion we adjourn.
Okay.
Second it?
All right.
Okay. We'll read this.